Hello friends, my name is Bryn and welcome back to my channel. Here on Bryn Darcy, I usually talk about life and study at the Australian National University in Canberra, obviously in Australia, and what your life could be like if you studied here as well. In today's video, I wanted to share how I invest and sort of broadly what I invest in as a 21-year-old. So I know that investment and financial advice, I suppose, is quite a big topic on the internet at the moment, and so I want to preface this video by saying I am by no means a financial expert. This is not financial advice. I am simply sharing how I invest at 21 and my experiences with investing. So yeah, please do your own financial research. If you would like to contact a financial planner, please do that as well. And just make sure you understand the risks of investing before you do it, because it's not just making money, you can lose money very quickly as well. So yes, with all of that said, I am going to share broadly how I invest. I'm not going to share my exact portfolio, nor am I going to share how much money I've got in investments or anything like that, simply because I think that that is too much information to put on the internet. So I'm going to break the video up into a few categories. First of all, I am going to start with the platforms that I use to invest. And then I'm going to move on to what I invest in, and then I am going to talk a little bit about other ways to invest as well that aren't necessarily in the stock market, for example. Okay, so to start with, I am going to tell you about the platforms I use to invest. So there are two platforms, or three actually, that I use to invest. One is IG, which is basically a brokerage platform where you can buy and sell shares in both the Australian market and international markets. And there have two different types of accounts. They have like share trading accounts and CFD accounts. I've got both, but I mainly use the share trading account to buy and sell shares through that platform. IG has a minimum deposit amount of $400, and I will add on the screen what their minimum starting amount is. So every deposit you make has to be 400 Australian dollars, and then this is how much money you have to have in the account to start the account. The second platform I use is called Raise, and I do have a $5 discount code type thing, not a discount code, like a sign up bonus. That's it, $5 sign up bonus. If you would like to also use Raise, you can use the sign up bonus. You get $5, I get $5. That's it. So Raise, you need $0 to start the account, and Raise is quite good if you are looking at doing smaller amounts of money. If you're looking at investing smaller amounts of money and you don't really have any interest or awareness or knowledge or anything of the share market, and you just want something to invest for you. So Raise is like a robo-advisor, and basically they invest across a whole portfolio of stocks for you and you don't have to think about it. And that's something I really like, because sometimes you don't feel like you have time to go and check the market and, make decisions. So in a way, it makes me feel a little bit safer, I suppose, to have this platform that is just investing in the background for me. And in a way, it hedges my bets a little bit as well. So in saying that, I do have the $5 code. I will put it here on the screen and also in the description if you would like to get $5 for opening your own Raise account, and I also do get $5 bonus from that as well. But the thing with Raise is you can invest, say you want to invest $5 a week, or $2 a week, or any amount per week, right? You are able to make a weekly investment into this account, and you're also able to round up on any purchases. So if you have a purchase that is less than a whole number, they can do like a rounding up for you, and the additional couple of cents gets deposited into your Raise account, and you can build a small portfolio that way. I think that this is really good if you are just wanting to dip your toe in the water. You don't necessarily want to invest a huge amount of capital into one financial platform, and you're just looking for something just to sort of try out investing, just to see what it's like, and for you not to have to make any decisions about what's going on, basically. My third platform is the Vanguard platform. So you can invest in a variety of ETFs on Vanguard. You can also invest in things like real estate portfolios and other portfolios like that. So that is the third platform I use, and I use that mainly to invest in real estate portfolios, just because that's sort of, for me, the best platform for me to do that. I'm not saying that is the best platform definitively, but it's the best one for me to do that. So now I'm going to move on and talk a little bit about what kinds of investments I have. There are a couple of categories of investments that I have. The first one is shares. So this is buying a whole share in a company, one whole share. Or you can also buy portions of shares through some brokerage platforms. But I have a number of blue chip stocks. I also have some other stocks in Australian companies. And yeah, just sort of a diversified range of stocks. And these are good because obviously you get dividends from the stocks, and it's just sort of an additional bonus, I suppose, rather than just having to worry about market fluctuations. As well as that, I invest in exchange-traded funds, or ETFs, and this is where a company picks basically the top performing companies or stocks in a certain area, and they invest in them for you. So in the end, you end up owning like maybe 0.0001% of a stock in something, but you still get to reap the benefits of the stock. Now, there are lots of videos that explain ETFs better than I just have. That was a very poor explanation. I will put some links in the description if you're interested in learning more about that from someone who is slightly better at explaining it than me. As well as that, I invest, as I said before, in a real estate portfolio through Vanguard, and that's just, you get a portion of houses in a way. So it's developers mainly. You're buying portions of development stock, and you get part of the profit from part of a house. So it's like, theoretically, I own the tap of a house. So yeah. Anyway, as well as that, I also dabble a bit in the commodities market. I do that on and off. Obviously, that's a little bit more risky per se than shares or ETFs, and you have to know what's going on. You know, I've won big and lost big on the commodities market, so definitely be cautious with that. And as well as that, I have made some cryptocurrency investments, but I personally don't think that they're a great investment for me. So I haven't really had many crypto investments for a while. Apart from that, I think I've pretty much covered everything that I have. That's more or less my entire portfolio. And now I'm going to tell you a little bit about other ways that you can invest your money without having to invest on the stock market per se. So the stock market can definitely feel risky for some people, and I understand not wanting to invest money that way, but there are a number of other ways that you can invest your money without having to do trading. And so, for example, in Australia, we have superannuation, and that is a tax-free investment. It's sort of like I think it's called 401k in America. It's sort of like that, and it's mandatory to contribute for your employer to contribute to your super. But you can also have you can add additional payments on top of that, and the government matches that. I think it's for every $1,000 you put in, if you earn below a certain amount, they'll match it to $500 if you're under a certain age. I'll make sure I link the actual law below because that might be valuable. But you can invest in your super, it's tax-free, and basically a company invests for you, or you can do self-managed super, but that's like a whole other ball game. But a company invests for you, and that's pretty much it. And they make the investments, and it's a good way to have a tax-free investment. As well as that, you can also put your money in a term deposit. So that's where there is a fixed rate on the money, like a fixed interest rate on the money that you have in a certain account, and you can't access that money. Otherwise, the interest rate goes down to 0. So if you have quite a lot of money that you know you're not going to need for a specified period of time, maybe that's a year, maybe that's 2 years, you can put it into a term deposit. As well as that, you can also try and put your money into a high interest savings account. Obviously at the moment in Australia we don't have particularly high interest rates for savings accounts. So that's definitely you're not going to get a huge profit from doing that, but it's definitely safer than putting your money in shares as well. So I should say I do invest in my super. I also have a high interest savings account. I do not have a term deposit because it's not worth it for me at this stage in my life and at the level of risk acceptance I am willing to, that I have, and the level of risk that I'm willing to take on, I suppose, doesn't make a lot of sense for me right now. If you have enough money to buy property, you can also invest in property if that is something that you are interested in. So that brings us to the end of this video. I would like to say that I hope you enjoyed hearing how I invest my money. Please remember, none of this is a recommendation. This is all just sharing things that I do or have done, and sort of showing you what the options are for investing your money. So thank you guys, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.